Hello everyone, I am Gabriel and this is the Rise Atlantis show. Hallelujah. Today, the topic of the day will be this rapper called Childish Gambino, how his acting name is almost Donald Glover, and he's known for the song Redbone, and he crossed the line, completely crossed the line. One of the most blatant, evil things I could ever imagine someone doing. You know, but one of the most blasphemous as well. His video in already 3 days has gotten over 60 million views on YouTube. And what's so controversial about the video is, I believe it's called "This Is America" or something like that. And it starts off by him shooting this person like in a white cloth, like white robe or something like that. He's blindfolded and he shoots him in the back of the head. Now I think he's implying the KKK and all that. He's shooting the KKK. Now that's not the worst that he did. As it goes later into the video, someone tosses him a machine gun and he shoots up a whole entire church choir. Now, I won't even show that part of the video because it's too graphic to be shown on the show. But I will talk about it. Yes, definitely will talk about it. Because it's something that needs to be addressed. His video should be pulled from YouTube. You know, when they're too graphic like that and they're too evil and blasphemous like that, it needs to be pulled and removed from YouTube. You know, I hope they could ban him from YouTube, but I don't think they can, you know. So I don't know why people are making such a big deal about Logan Paul and all this when he was handling it in all the right ways, and they were, you know, cracking down on him so much, but yet they don't do anything to this rapper here, you know. It is very, very horrible. So that is the topic of the day, and you know, the fact that he shot up a whole church choir with a machine gun, and after that he tosses it to someone, and then he flexes his muscles like that. You know? So it's very, very strange. Now the first news story is let's see, let's get it going. First news story is Google's robot assistant now makes eerie lifelike phone calls for you. So you can schedule when you wanted to call certain people, and you could change the voice of it and everything. You could text, you type it out, and it reads out everything. So it's weird. It could be at certain times that it automatically make calls for you, so it's very strange. Very strange indeed. Next story is documents prove secret UFO study. Documents prove secret UFO study based in Nevada. Okay, so first when I saw this story, I thought it said a base in Nevada. Now we all know about Roswell is in, I believe it's in Nevada. Roswell, Nevada. I'm not sure. But it is very strange. Roswell, New Mexico. That's right. Roswell, New Mexico is where Roswell is. But they say that they moved Roswell. Once everyone started finding out about it, they moved it to somewhere in Nevada. So there are alien bases, extraterrestrial bases, where they could be trying to clone humans and create half human, half animal hybrids. Now, whether if we have aliens there or not that came from another planet, like the one that crashed in Roswell. I mean, you know, Roswell's a very confusing story, because if they were advanced civilization from another planet, why would they end up crashing? The people say, oh, the military shot them down. Well, okay, it also brings up the question, why would aliens only send one spacecraft? You know? They would have sent a whole bunch of spacecraft. Then the other argument arises, well, maybe the other ones got lost, you know, because space is such a huge place, and one only found it to Earth. I don't believe that. If they are so intelligent, they would have had every single spacecraft from their planet reach ours. You know, so I like to believe the Roswell story is true, but I think it was made up, fabricated by scientists. And, you know, in the video they show the autopsy where they're cutting the alien open. Now, I think what they wanted to do was, because the alien in Roswell, it looked like she was pregnant. She had a very large stomach. And it wasn't that she was overweight, because the face on the alien looks thin and everything. So clearly showing the alien is pregnant. And I believe the alien had like 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each feet. You know? But I think what the scientists were doing in that video was they wanted to get the information out that this alien is pregnant. And they wanted to give everyone clues to let everyone know about human cloning and hybriding and all. You know? And using the eggs and creating these babies that are clones or half human, half animal hybrid. So I think the scientists wanted to give clues to the world, but not reveal everything all at once. So they wanted to send it through an underground video, getting the world to believe that it's real. Also to get UFO cults to believe it. It could be a part of the whole Luciferian doctrine. It could be part of the Illuminati, the New World Order, where they want to have the whole world worship these creatures as gods. So I think that's why they hoaxed this video, why they hoaxed Roswell, the alien crash landing. You know, because like I said, if they're so intelligent, they wouldn't have crashed. They wouldn't have gotten shot down by our government. And they wouldn't have only sent one spacecraft. And they say, oh, only one found Earth. I mean, I don't believe that at all. Because if they're so intelligent, they would have had their GPS set to Earth, and they wouldn't have missed it at all. You know, so I don't buy that theory that said that only one was able to find Earth with a whole bunch of other spaceships that got lost. No. So that's why I think the Roswell story is a hoax. You know, most people don't think about this. Why would they hoax it? Maybe to start the whole UFO religion cult. That's my theory on it. So first when I saw the story, I thought it was talking about bases. But they're saying documents prove UFO study base. So there's a whole bunch of think tanks in Nevada who are maybe in favor of space aliens or against space aliens. So, like I said, there's a whole bunch of UFO cults who worship aliens, who worship extraterrestrials as gods, you know? So maybe here in Nevada we could be seeing people worshiping these space aliens as gods or against them, you know? Very interesting news article. Next story is, video shows her, this one's weird. When I saw this one, I was like, what? Video shows herds of Arctic reindeer walking in mesmerizing circular patterns. No, they've never done this before. For no apparent reason, they've been getting a lot of attention on social media. In the Arctic, I believe is the North Pole, right? So they're just mysteriously walking in circles. It doesn't say if they're going clockwise or counterclockwise. Now it's weird because the whole counterclockwise thing, our clocks go clockwise. That's why it's called clock. But it's strange because the sun rises in the west, and no, it rises. Our sun in America rises from the east and sets in the west. So that's why the other side of the world always has a day in advance. They're always one day in the future on the other side of the world. So it's weird. our sun goes counterclockwise, and it's weird, you know. I mean, what if you say you're looking the opposite way? Is it going clockwise? So I mean, who's to argue it, you know? But the way our time schedule is based is based counterclockwise. The sun always rises from the east coast and sets in the west coast. So, the way our time schedule is based is counterclockwise. So it'd be weird if these herd are going counterclockwise. If they're going regular clockwise, is it like saying against the counterclockwise of the sun? If they're going in counterclockwise, is it saying that the sun is going counterclockwise? That's going to speed up. So what I'm trying to say is, if the herd is going counterclockwise, does that mean that our sun is going to escalate, speed up counterclockwise? That the days are speeding up to Jesus' return? If they are going, if the herd is going counterclockwise, or if they're going clockwise, does that mean that the sun is going to like stop in a sense and like Jesus' return as well? So either direction that the herd is going could mean that the pattern of time is about to stop and Jesus returning. So it's weird how this herd, and it doesn't say what kind of herd, how they're going, walking in a circular pattern. Now I can't really find here yet to see which direction they're going. Clockwise or counterclockwise? Let's see here. I can't even find what kind of herd it is. Okay, reindeer. Reindeers. And this is weird. It's like Christmas. Reindeers. Now, I know there's so many other animals in the Arctic. There's polar bears, there's seals. There's so many other animals that could be doing this. Why reindeers of all things? We don't recognize Christmas as being part with polar bears. We don't see Christmas of having to do with seals. But we do see Christmas having to do with reindeers, because the whole Santa thing. You know? So reindeers. Reindeers are a key point to a symbol of Christmas. We don't see any animal as being a part of Christmas. Polar bears are not a sign of Christmas. I mean, I know Coca-Cola tries to put the polar bear on the popcorn cans, but that's not the same thing here. It is not a well-recognized symbol, you know, and it's just pop culture that brought out Santa, you know, and try to have that, you know, the whole Santa thing really takes away from Christ, you know, so that's why it needs to be merged together, you know. They need to merge Santa with Jesus, and they need to show like commercials during Christmas of Santa bringing presents to Jesus as a baby, you know, because that's what Christmas is really all about, you know. So it is very strange, you know, and the whole Santa thing, it was based on St. Nicholas, you know. So if you think about it, all the truck drivers are basically the ones delivering all the presents, you know. So because there's a lot of stuff that is really cool that we can't find in stores, you know, and a lot of stuff we have to buy online, you know. Not everything is delivered to Walmart. I wish it would, that way we wouldn't have to order online, but you know, there's like Walmart only has a certain amount of stuff they can hold in the stores. They sell like the most commonly bought things, you know. They really don't offer in relation to a whole bigger type of other items. That's why Walmart has a Walmart.com, so you get more from the website, you know. But the reason why I think Walmart doesn't have everything in it is because they're limited in space, you know. They have to make room for other things also, which is a lot is made up of food, pharmacy, clothes, stuff like that, you know. So this is really strange here. Now it doesn't say if they're walking which direction. Which direction are they going in? This makes a very big difference here. I wish it would say it. Okay, so there's a video, so hopefully it shows it there. Let's see here. Whoa, this is a picture right here. This just shows an example. Now, they've never done this before, so it's weird how they're starting to do it out of the blue for no reason. See, these are 3 circles of like fencing where they keep them in so they don't run off. And this is just a picture here. And you see them, you can kind of get a clue of the circular pattern they're going. But this is just a picture, you know. So, it looks small, but it's from a very high view, so it's a whole bunch of them. You know, so it is very strange. We're seeing a lot of strange behavior in animals. A lot of them are beaching themselves on the beach. What that means is they get out of the water and they just, for some reason, stay on the sand and don't go back into the water. Very strange. People are saying, oh, it's from the chemicals in the ocean. Is it the plastic bottles in the ocean doing it? I mean, who knows what's really making them do it? It's weird. Could it be a sign? Could it be the devil doing it? Could it be God doing it? I mean, who really knows? I mean, how all these birds are mysteriously falling from the sky. The bees are vanishing. You know, it's weird stuff happening. They can't even find the dead bees. Where are they? You know, could the bees be possibly being raptured as a sign of the coming rapture? You know, I predict more animals could probably be raptured as a sign to make scientists, you know, scratch their heads and wonder, hey, what's really going on here? You know, so maybe this is a prediction here. This is not a, how should I say it? This is just a guess. You know, it's not like an official prediction saying it's going to happen, but this is a theory that it could happen. Maybe the world might see, even live on the news, live rapturing of animals where we see them like vanishing, and instead of just vanishing, they like turn into like a white mist and then vanish. And hopefully that happens. That way it could show proof to the atheists that, hey, wake up world, the rapture is coming very soon. So that would be a very cool sign to the evil people and atheists of seeing on live news on TV of animals being raptured. To let them know that, hey, wake up, you know, the time is at hand, you know. So I'm making an official guess prediction here. I don't say for certain. I'm saying it could happen. Hopefully it does. Now, this is the video right here of the herd. Now, this will clearly show which direction they're going. Okay, let's see here. It looks like they're going clockwise. This is a view from on top. Now the thing is if it looks like they're going clockwise, what if you see it upside down? Now when I flip the phone upside down, it's just going to flip the image upside down also. So it looks like they're going clockwise, but what if you see it from the reverse view? Would it look like they're going counterclockwise? I think so. So it's very hard to say what goes which way if you're seeing it from one view or the other view. If you're seeing it upside down, it's going another way. If you're seeing it upright, it's going another way. So it's very confusing. The only way you could probably get a real clear answer on it is if you know you're seeing it from the planet view on how the continents look. Now, is the way the continents look, like America, South America, for example, America and Africa, for example, are they supposed to look that way? Maybe the actual way is them upside down. How weird would that be, right? Well, our minds perceive it as, you know, that the continents should look the way it is, you know, because it would look weird if flipped upside down, and we say that's the real way. We say, no, it looks upside down, you know, so the way we see the map of the world right now, it looks like the correct way. So if you were to be seeing this in the same formation of what Earth looks like on the map view, and you're seeing the same location and not upside down, maybe that's the only way. But we don't know based on this video if they're seeing it on an upside down view. It's real confusing, you know. So there's really no way to get a clear answer. It looks, yeah, on the video that they're going clockwise, but what if you're seeing it upside down? They're going counter, you know. So just based on the video, I guess they're going clockwise. Now, what would that mean? The sun is going counterclockwise. So I know in the camera it may look a little different. See, I'm going counterclockwise, and the camera is going forward. I don't know, for some reason the camera's like reversed, you know. I'm going left on the video, it looks like it's going right. Now I don't know on playback if it looks the right way, but it is confusing for me sometimes. That's why when I'm moving the phone around, I'm going this way, it's like, it's going the other way. It's weird, you know. And then up is down, down is up, I believe. No, okay. It's when I'm scrolling, up is down, because you know when you're scrolling, you go up, but you're actually going down. And when you're scrolling, you're going down, but you're actually going up. It's very crazy. You know? So, it's very strange. Just based on this right here, if they are going clockwise, that could mean the sun going counterclockwise is about to stop. You know? And that could mean time is about to run out for the evil people, and Jesus is returning. Hallelujah. So it is definitely not the end. It is the beginning. You know, the beginning of everlasting perfection. So that is strange. I like that story right there. Very good article. Next story, the alien world story. News story. The alien world is... This alien world is the first cloudless exoplanet ever discovered. Can you believe that? Now, we see every planet should have an atmosphere. Now, the moon is different. Of course, there's no atmosphere on the moon because it's the moon. It's not an actual planet. But a planet should have an atmosphere. And this one doesn't. No clouds ever form. How strange is that? How would it rain? What would that mean for the planet? It would keep heating up. That's weird. But this isn't a cold region, so they don't have to worry about. Imagine living on this planet, no rain. It'd be too cold to live on. Unless maybe you could terraform and create artificial clouds, but we know based on this world the chemtrails creating artificial clouds is not good because it creates more storms. It messes up the environment. And creating more storms is definitely bad. It's going to be causing more tornadoes, more hurricanes. It causes everything, even more earthquakes. I know it sounds hard to believe. Creating more artificial clouds creates earthquakes, but everything has a cause and effect, and everything's connected. So when you try to alter one thing, it has a negative effect on other things. You know, so these chemtrails, contrails. You know, the difference of a contrail is a plane. It eventually disperses. A contrail is from what I believe, is a normal one with a normal field vapor involved. But a chemtrail is chemically. That's where it's altered. That's where it's meant to stay there. That's where it's meant to create these artificial clouds. And why do they create that? To stop global warming, but it makes storms worse, and it just wreaks havoc on the environment. So God does not want us to be playing God here, and that's what they are doing with these artificial clouds. So it's weird for a planet to have no clouds is very strange. This is a very big, a first, a discovery of something we've never seen in a planet. No clouds. That's weird. Now, does that mean does it have wind or not? It's weird because science says that there's no wind on the moon because there's no atmosphere. But yet in the alien landing, but yet on the moon landing, the video where they planted the flag, you see the flag blowing in the wind. Now, how could it be blowing in the wind if there's no wind on the moon? So it brings up a whole lot of questions. Let's see, next story. Pompeo returning from North Korea with 3 freed detainees. So North Korea just freed 3 detainees. Now, what would they be? What were they detained for? It doesn't say. It doesn't say what they were detained for. Well, what they did, Otto Warmbier was messed up. So even though Kim Jong-un, the government of North Korea, is trying to make right, they still did a lot of things wrong. So doesn't mean we should go to war with North Korea. I mean, they're trying to make peace here. So, but God will deal with the people of North Korea if they don't repent. So if Kim Jong-un doesn't repent, he may go to hell. That type of divine justice is left to God, not to humans. You know, only if it needs to, like if we have to defend ourselves in a war. But they're trying to make peace here, so Kim Jong-un's soul may be spared from the fires of hell. Let's see here. Okay, next story. Ebola is back in Africa. 2 confirmed cases in the Congo. So, could it spread? Could we see Ebola? Remember when Ebola was getting big news here in America? That's one of the biggest diseases that could really spread quickly and take out a lot of people. Trump's latest shot at President Core. Take away credentials, is what he said. Because they've been tweeting against him. He was calling for their credentials to be taken away. You know, don't think that's good. Let's see here. Trump rules out DMZ as location for North Korea meeting. Okay, this is why the Americans were held in North Korea. See if I can find it real quick. Oh, it's a video. 10-minute long. No way. Let's see here. Democrats' 2018 advantage is nearly all gone. So, this recent election, the Democrats took a real big blow. And we'll end the news story on this last one. The winners and losers from Tuesday's primaries. A lot of Republicans won. Winners, Mitch McConnell. Oh my God, why are we always seeing his name? You know, a lot of these politicians have been there for so long. They need to bring new people in. You know. Mitch McConnell won two different ones. Mitch McConnell won Indiana, Ohio, North Carolina, and West Virginia. To pick candidates for Senate, Governor, and House. Let's see. Mitch McConnell won West Virginia, Kentucky. Oh my God, what's up with Mitch McConnell, man? Why is he like getting everything here? So the Democrats really took a big loss. The losers were members of Congress. Indiana, Washington, let's see. John Blankenship, they've been talking a lot about him. That he was an oil tycoon, but he was a Democrat. And people are saying here that he's been involved in scandals of drugs and stuff like this, like cartel-based or something like this. It's weird. Very weird stuff. And that's really about it. I mean, it's like the info is kind of like cloudy. I don't know. It's just It really like, I don't know, it doesn't simplify it. Okay, so that was the last story of the day. Now we'll go ahead and get into the talk of the day. Man, I really don't like what this fool Childish Gambino did, man. This rapper, you know. I like that song Redbone. People were making fun of him because he changed his voice. But like his real voice doesn't sound like that. But in the song Redbone, he makes it like very raspy, you know. And he was trying to bring back that sound of old school funk music. But he was catching a lot of flack for it. And, you know, people were saying that he sounded like Macy Gray, you know, that R&B singer. And it's funny, you know, because, like, he picked up his pitch, like, very high pitch. And me, personally, I think he picked up his voice too high pitch, you know. Now, they say a lot of singers, when they pick up their voice high pitch, that it's, like, normal and everything. But when you have the whole song and nothing but too high pitch, it just makes it sound weird, you know. And it wasn't just like a high pitch. He had it like very raspy, because his actual voice doesn't sound that raspy, you know. And the only closest comparison, I believe, could be Macy Gray. Now, I like Macy Gray's music because she doesn't sound high pitched to where it's not like weird and annoying. You know, she's got a very good voice. I like Macy Gray's voice. She's got a lot of good songs. You know, one of my favorite songs from her is called Do Something. I love that song. That's an awesome song. You know? So this song Redbone is weird because if a lot of you don't know what it is like he's talking about, you know, the chorus of his song goes, must stay woke, they creeping. They gonna find you sleeping. And the video, what the song is basically about is like this guy's cheating on the, he's cheating with this guy's girl, and like he's not afraid of facing a drive-by shooting in his house for it, you know. So it's very crazy. I can't believe people are glorifying this stuff of cheating with people. Whether they're not married or married, you know. It's one thing if they're not married and cheating, like in a boyfriend and stuff, that's like almost regular, you know. But if they're married, it affects the kids, you know, and that's where it becomes very evil, if you think about it. It's not just evil, not just immoral, but, you know, I mean, they should make it a crime. They should get tough on it, on people who... what's it called? On people who have, what's that word called? I can't believe I forgot what the word is called. Affair, where they have affairs and stuff like that. They should make that a law to where it's illegal, you know? Because the laws are now where it's not illegal. You can be married and still have affairs, and that's not right. Now, it's very hard to say, oh, well, they need to be thrown in prison for 2 to 5 years. It's very hard to make that a law, but if they can at least do, what, 1-2 months in jail at least, and pay some fines or something. I don't know. I don't know where the money will go to. Maybe it go to the other person of the marriage, you know, to help out for expenses and all that. Because, you know, the first thing that comes out of an affair is divorce, you know, so... I mean, yeah, that's where they say child support comes in, but people try to wiggle their way out of child support, you know, so it's very hard, you know, to really try to crack down on affairs. People do it all the time, and there's no law against it, and there should be, you know. And but what is very strange about this is his newest video called "This Is America." He went absolutely way too far. He was trying to mock all these shootings going on, not just school shootings, but mass shootings, and he was mocking it all. You know, throwing it in our faces is like he was throwing it in God's face as well. And he was just, you know, laughing about it all, you know. he would say, "Oh, look, here's another shooter." That he's another shooter, even though he's not actually using real bullets at people. He's doing it in an artistic art form. You know, that is just madness. You know, you can't say you're doing it for an artistic art form and say that it's not wrong. You know, and the fact that he shot up a whole church choir, you know, with a machine gun, even though he didn't really kill them, he did it artistically. It's still just as bad, you know. He's mocking at it. He's like laughing. He's laughing at God's face here, you know. Someone tosses him a machine gun and he shoots up a whole church choir, and then after that he does this evil look at the camera, and then he tosses a gun to someone, and then he's walking the other way, and you're seeing all these cops going the other way, and he's just walking, you know, without a shirt, and then he like flexes his muscles, and he's all like laughing, and very, very weird, evil stuff, you know. Now people said that there was one of the horsemen, of the 4 horsemen of Revelation, in the background. Now when I saw the video, I didn't really notice it. So let's see if I can pull it up on Google real quick, because I didn't notice it when I was looking, when I saw the video. I didn't notice it, you know. So let's see if I can find it real quick. Let's see, Horseman and This Is America video. So it is very strange. I believe it's called This Is America. And it was just released like 3-4 days ago. And it's already gotten like 70 million views. You know how much money he has made off just those 70 million views? You know, people nowadays are making more money on video streams on YouTube than they are than actual selling the song itself, you know? So, this is where making money is all coming towards. And then touring, of course. Obviously, you make so much money in touring, you know? So, like, selling the music isn't really how they generate most of their income. It's probably only like a 20-30%. And all the other percent is coming from, you know, power moves, you know? On YouTube streams, you know? On concerts and all that. That's where the money's at. And merchandise, of course, also. So, let's see here. I really didn't see the Horseman the first time I saw it. It's a very, very weird video, you know. And then he has all these people dancing behind him, even children dancing behind him, like it's some High School Musical thing or something, you know. It is very strange, you know. The fact that he shot up this church choir. Now this right here is a church choir. They're like in a large warehouse. They're not in a church. It's in a warehouse, and it's strange. Everything in this video is all filmed in one giant warehouse, you know. And now the warehouse is weird because it has like a sky view of like see-through windows on the top. It's a very weird building. It's a very big warehouse, and sky view windows on all the ceiling of the warehouse. So this is like some expensive type of warehouse here. It looks like it was probably started as a greenhouse or something. It's very strange. That's the only reason to probably have sky view. It's very strange. Now, I can't find where it showed the horseman. It either has to be so microscopic in the background that you can't even notice it, only by zooming in. Okay, so let's see. There's a couple of things other people have noticed here. Let's see. Okay, this one right here, it shows people on the top for some reason, and they're all wearing gas masks and holding their cell phones recording this rapper that's rapping. This is weird. They're all wearing gas masks, and they're holding their cell phones recording the rapper. Now, why are they holding the cell phones? I mean, why are they wearing the gas masks? I don't know. It could be maybe Ebola coming back. It could mean maybe a plague coming. Like this rapper knows that the terrorists may be trying to carry out a bioterrorism attack where it can kill literally millions of people in a very quick time. Bioterrorists is more dangerous than them flying planes into buildings. You know, bioterrorism could kill millions like that in a fast amount of time. So is this why they're wearing gas masks? It's very strange. Now these aren't the gas masks like the military ones. These are just regular like doctor masks. So it's very strange. Okay, here's a horse. Now I see it. Okay. It's a white horse. And you know, Revelation says, behold a pale horse. Behold a pale horse means pale like white. Oh, it could also mean greenish, like a light green, very light green. Now this horseman is strange because this horseman is being chased by a cop. How weird is that? The cop car is chasing a horseman, and this horseman, I see it now. Okay, let me zoom in, do a screenshot so I can get a better view. It's very hard to do a screenshot here. I didn't see it. Yeah, I see it now. It's weird. I guess in the video it must run by so quick you don't even notice it. It must have been going very fast. Okay, here we go. Now it is weird because the person riding on the horse, the horseman, is wearing like a dark robe, you know, and looking like the Grim Reaper here. It's wearing a dark robe, you can't even see the face. And this is strange here. I need to pick the brightness up here. I picked the brightness all the way up. And this is it right here. Now that is strange. You know, and this rapper here, he's mocking not just the rapture, but he's mocking Revelation here. You know, after he just shot up the church choir, and then he has this in the background. You know, it doesn't get crazier than that. I believe this was the first, not just rapper, but the first celebrity. I would even go almost as far as to say the very first person that shot up a church choir on a YouTube video. This video should be removed. It should be removed. And if he wants to bring the video back, at least edit it. Take out the scene where he shoots the church choir. Fix the video up. And then that should be the only reason why he should allow this video back on. Now even if they pull the video, it's been downloaded by millions of people. So they'll just keep trying to re-upload it. And YouTube has this task where they have to keep removing, you know, all kinds of crazy videos all the time. So even if they remove it, you're still going to be seeing millions of his fans keep trying to re-upload it. So it is very disturbing. Now I like how you had the horseman, you know, dropping a Revelation reference there, but he just completely crossed the line. You know, I completely hate him now for what he did. You know, it almost makes me say, hey, I don't want to hear his songs ever again. This guy is officially trash now, you know. He crossed the line, man. You do not shoot up a church choir and say it's just artistic and saying you're bringing awareness to gun violence. You know, there's no excuse for that. You can't say shooting up a church choir is an artistic form of bringing awareness to gun violence. You know, and that's what he's saying here. That he was just saying, oh, this is what it could become if the churches don't provide enough security. You know, if they don't have metal detectors to stop the guns from getting in. You know, he's saying this is what it can become. We've seen a bunch of church shootings before. You know, So for him to be saying, "Oh, this is just to try to prevent it," that's what he's saying here, you know. But it doesn't fly with me, and I know it doesn't fly with God. That type of stuff is unacceptable, man. Because what next? They're going to be showing videos where they should shoot Jesus and God. I mean, that I don't think has happened before. Maybe it has in heavy metal music. I mean, that's different. You know, 80% of heavy metal music, I hate to say, is demonic, satanic. You know, so that is very strange. It's very disturbing. Where people are starting to do these blasphemous things now, and they're not just heavy metal music anymore. I mean, what next? We're seeing a lot of weird stuff in pop music. Taylor Swift, she's starting to do a lot of demonic references of pop music for all things you would think wouldn't be crazy. You know, Britney Spears have had a lot of videos where very satanic references and all. We're seeing so many, you know, and my theory is it's not going to stop. It's going to keep escalating. People keep pushing the bar, you know, and they just love to cause controversy because it gets people talking, you know, it makes them more famous, and that's all they do it for. They just do it for the thrill of it, you know, and boggles my mind how YouTube is not pulling this video. I feel there needs to be some kind of revolution. Millions of people need to stir up outrage and really demand this video for being from being pulled from YouTube. Not just this video. I mean, there's a whole bunch of other stuff out there. There's a lot of garbage out there in the world, man. And we need to clean up all the garbage. You know, it's starting to, you know, it's really starting to demoralize the generation. You know, and everyone's just getting too blasphemous, too evil. You know, and there's just no limit. You know, there's no consequences to what they do. They're allowed to put this garbage, this trash out there. They're allowed to, and they shouldn't be allowed. And there really needs to be a big outrage, but there's not. And why isn't the news allowing this outrage to happen so we could create reform? Is the news covering it up? Not really covering it up. Are they like censoring it? Are they not talking about it because they don't want to get into it because they see it's too controversial to have the topic debate about? It's very strange, you know. So we'll go ahead and end the topic of the day there, and we'll go ahead and do a few EVPs here. Let's get it going. Now these EVPs, electronic voice phenomenon, where we pick up the ghosts of the audio recorders on the cell phones, on the apps on the cell phones. We've received powerful prophecies of prediction before, and I hope that God can bring back the magic again and reveal more prophecies of predictions to come through the medium of the apps on these cell phones. Okay, now we'll go ahead and get it going. Here we go. Okay, this phone we got the words. I don't know what this means here. Point your life and bracelet. I think that's what it's saying. I have no idea what this means. Point your life and bracelet. Don't know what that means. Now, a lot of events, they put bracelets on everyone. And that lets them know that they paid to get in. So could this be talking about start more events? I would like to do like PowerPoint presentations, you know, of bringing a whole range of topic discussion in, you know. I wish I could get in community college or UTEP. Feeling like not protester, feeling like a professor when I'm not really a certified professor, you know. But I know a lot of times they allow open mic and stuff where anyone can get on an open mic and, you know, talk with the whole range of people. Hopefully this can open up doors to getting on the news and talking, you know. So I'd like to get my own show, but, you know, it just ain't happening right now. Hopefully it happens soon. So I think that's what this means here. I think that's what this means, that more seminars, conferences, stuff like this is hopefully where Rise Atlantis can become. You know, I want it to become something powerful here. You know, I want it to be, you know, like Alex Jones, but not too controversial, not too crazy, you know. I like Alex Jones, but a lot of stuff he says is a little bit too much. Like mainly talking about the crisis actors, where he says, oh, they're 100% proof they're crisis actors. We can't really talk about that because they're not even 18 yet. So you can't talk about students as being crisis actors if they're not even over 18. You know, so that's where they say it's cyberbullying, and that's where they're actually trying to sue Alex Jones. The family members are trying to sue Alex Jones for talking about it on his radio station. So it's crazy stuff indeed, and they're planning on suing Alex Jones a whole lot of money. They're threatening to bankrupt him, you know. So, and Alex Jones is saying he's being violated of his freedom of speech. So, I mean, it becomes hate speech. At what point does freedom of speech become hate speech? There's a thin line we cannot cross, you know. So I think that's what it's saying there. So I would like for this show to become as big as Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie, you know, on the radio. Hopefully I can take it there, you know. I'm trying to create something beautiful here. I'm trying to create an actual full-fledged movement organization here, you know. So this phone has the words Stane, sated, musette. I don't know what this means. Let's see here. I forgot to do a screenshot of this EVP so it won't be so much of a hassle going back to the show and trying to write it down again. So I forgot what it just said here. It said point your life and bracelet or something like that. Okay, so it could be talking about seminars, conferences. You know, really taking it professional, you know. I think that's what it's saying. Okay, so that was the first one. The second one here, you know, is Stane, sated, musette. Now, the word stain is written different from a regular stain. It's not like a dirty spot stain. This is S-T-A-N-E. Like a Mustang. Looked like it tried to say Mustang, but it said stain because it's S-T-A-N-E. I don't know what that means. And sated, a lot of times it rhymes with stuff. Salted, sade, musette, music. I don't know. Musette. What else does musette rhyme with? It's weird. Stane, sated, musette. Don't know what that means. It's really hard to try to decipher these EVPs sometimes. To try to decode them, it's hard. It ain't easy. You know, like I got the word I got the EVP that said Portland bomb Empire, and I thought it said Portland. I was thinking something was going to happen in Portland, Oregon. Turned out it was Parkland, Florida, where the shooting was. Now it said bomb because the shooter used smoke bombs before the attack, so that's where the connection of the word bomb came in. So bomb Portland, which was really Parkland, Florida, and then Empire. Empire talked about the school, Mason Douglas. Now Mason is the founding fathers, the Freemasons, and this happened in America. So that's where all the connections of the EVP happened. So I saw that a week in advance. I wish I would have known exactly what it was. I could have prevented the Parkland shooting, and I wish I could prevent all these other things. I wish I could have prevented 9/11. Man, what a hero I would have been. I would have gotten famous off that if I could have prevented it. I would have gotten rich and famous off it, And I wish I could get rich and famous off predicting things to happen, So that's the hope. That's the goal here, and I believe I can make that happen with the power of this medium here. So we'll go ahead and do 2 more, which is really a set of 2, so 4 more. Here we go. Okay, let's see here. This phone got the words Lorry, Lorry. Then this is a hard word to say. Docatae. I know a lot of these words are not even actual words. They rhyme with something. Lorry, docatae. And then pardoning, orthodoxial, dulling, sculptured, asich. ASICH. So, pardoning orthodoxial sounds like the Vatican scandal. So that's weird. Dulling sculptured, some kind of sculpture being dulled. That is weird. I don't know what to make of this here. Now this phone got the words. There's so many words to piece together. Let's see here. You'll be on the travel is foreign snake cards or foreign card snake. I don't know. It sounds funny, but maybe it has a very serious meaning here. You'll soon be on the travel is soon snake cards. So it's basically telling me that hopefully I can be traveling soon. Hopefully a world tour is possible soon with my music. And then I guess, and then so it's the good that comes with it, the money, the fame, being out there on tour, my music and all the good aspects and the bad aspects, more money, more problems, like the song goes, you get a lot of haters, stalkers even. I mean, you know, all kinds of things, you know. So there's good and bad in everything, but it's definitely worth going on tour. It's definitely worth it, even though bad things may happen. It's very like a 20%. You know, the money is worth it basically. You know? But I do not want to fly. You know? One, it's more expensive, and two, I'm afraid of heights. Three, planes are dangerous. You hear a lot of them messing up lately. You know, and then terrorism, of course. Obviously, a terrorism is always a possible threat that can happen again anytime. So I don't want to take that chance. So I do not want to fly at all. And the last one. Okay. Now, I forgot to say the last one here. I keep doing that sometimes. I keep forgetting. Okay, no way. I said that one here. Maybe I did say it. Yeah, I guess I did. That's right. Oh, that's right, because I said, I usually say this phone first, but this one, I was waiting for that one to load. Okay, I see what happened. This phone, we got the words. It's very rare when this happens, just 2 words. Radio, not like radio, stereo radio. It's RHAETO. That's very weird. And then inspector. That's weird. I don't know what to make of that. And the last one has the words. Whoa, this is weird. You know the movie It, right? With that killer clown. It's saying the exact same reference here as the movie. Now, this is not how the app works. The app doesn't work on like picking up traditional things and saying it out. This is really the only first time I've seen a quote from a movie or a quote from anything before. So I know that's not the case here. And all the times I see these EVPs actually saying stuff that's happening right now. And it's not recording in the background when I'm not using anything, you know, because a lot of times it even predicts stuff to happen, like the one that predicted the Florida shooting, for example. So I know all this is real, and I know all this is not occultism, because when we do this for God, you know, we use these things for good reasons. It's like the saying goes, it's all on the power of the beholder. You know, people use technology. People use things for good reasons. People use things for bad reasons. You know, we need to be the ones that use it for good reasons. So this right here is weird because it's the same quote as the movie, except it's throwing in an extra word. That's weird. But it's actually saying against the quote of the movie. Because you know in the movie it says, we all float down here. And it's basically talking about like the killer clown in It is like saying we all float down here. It's basically saying down meaning hell. And they all float like they all feel that they're ascended beings even though they're in hell. They all feel that, you know, that they're above human form because they're spirit now, you know. So they feel they're more powerful than humans, even though they're in hell. That's why in the movie the killer clown says we all float down here. Now this is funny because it says we all don't float down here. Now it's leaving out the word we, but obviously it's basically saying it. But instead of the word we, it's saying leather. That's weird. So leather, meaning snake. Now this one I had the word that says snake cards. So how strange is that? We have the connection from this phone that says snake, and we have this phone that's saying leather. Leather comes from snakes. So this is weird. It's instead of the word we, it's saying leather. So it's saying leather don't all float down here. Wait. We all don't float down here. Leather don't all float down here. We all. Yeah. Okay. Leather don't all float down here. I thought I was saying don't 2 times. Leather don't float all down here. But it's because down sounds like don't. Okay. So it's saying leather don't all float down here. Now it's weird because in the movie it's saying we all float down here. But this one's saying we all don't float down here. So it's talking against hell. So this is, wow, this is powerful stuff here. This right here really confirms that these are messages from the Holy Spirit. You know, these occasionally we get these ghosts that try to throw in their own 2 cents here and mock it all. But you know, even though that happens, we shun that. It doesn't really make it say that it's occultism. It's just the same thing as if a person goes into a church that's satanically possessed. Doesn't mean the church is wrong. Doesn't mean the church is evil or occultism. Of course not. It's the same thing with these EVPs. When these other ghosts try throwing in their 2 cents, we just, you know, scoff them away. Knowing we get actual words from the Holy Spirit here. Wow, so how powerful is that? That's powerful stuff. That was a real powerful set of EVPs right there. Wow. It's been a while since we get real powerful ones like that. That's very awesome stuff. So we'll go ahead and end the show there. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please tell everyone you know to like, share, and subscribe. I want to thank you all for helping me get over 100,000 views. You know, I'm set to receive around around $100 soon from YouTube. So it's very exciting stuff. I want to thank you all for helping me reach around over 2,000 subscribers. You know, and I'm going to be pumping money in to make it go even higher amounts, you know. So it's all about advertising. It's a numbers game, you know. And the more advertisers, you know, the more they bring in, the more subs I get, the more views, the more money comes in from YouTube. So I want to thank you all. It's all a numbers game, you know. We work the numbers, we make the money. That's what it's all about. So, of course, I'm not all just doing this for the money. The main reason why I want a lot of money is to bring Jesus' return. Because in the end, that's what really matters. Not the money, the fame, the fortune, the this, the that. None of that matters, man. Because in the end, the only thing that matters is heaven. So I'm trying to bring Jesus' return, you know, with lightning speed. I'm rolling out the red carpet for Jesus' return. And all the haters, you know, I just push them away, you know. So, you know, I just laugh at these haters, you know. So, thank you for like, sharing, and subscribing. Please tell everyone you know to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. God bless. Peace.